folks, very quick intro to today's cut test video. We're cutting with the new breed EDC Clydesdale. This was a pre-order that just came in. If you missed out on the pre-order, I believe there will be some available soon. His website will be linked down below. So this is a kind of a premium slash budget-y knife. We have a premium handle with a more budget-oriented blade steel, 14C28N. Therefore, the price is nice and low, just over $100, which is awesome. This is OEM'd by Kubi. It's got a very nice, snappy detent, a front flipper that works really good, a very interesting blade shape with some humps here that provide kind of a spot for utility cutting here for your pointer finger, a hollow grind, a pretty good sharpening choil, a nice clip that works well. It's an inset liner lock as opposed to a frame lock, and just completely falls shut. Great acoustics. Let's go see how it cuts. Alright, here we go. Today we're cutting with the new breed EDC Clydesdale. Great factory edge. Nice and sharp, not crazy sharp, but pretty sharp. It sounds like British mixed with Australian. I need to work on it. I'm really trying to get good at it. So let's see how this thing slices. Regular cardboard here. And it's making short work of this stuff. Very short work of it. I initially wasn't sure how it was going to slice because the grind isn't very high, and you know, I just didn't know. So far so good though. It's pretty good so far, isn't it? See, that was good. All right, on to the double-walled cardboard, the thick boy. Let's go with the grain here. Pretty freaking good. Clean slicing. More muscle needed, but still going through well. Now let's go against the grain, which is the hardest direction. It's still pretty freaking good, man. I'm surprised. It's cutting this stuff well. And it's a nice, comfortable handle to grip onto. You know, you need to have that. You can't be gripping with all your might on this tiny little uncomfortable handle. It's got to be, you know, hand-feeling and comfortable for you to get the most out of your strength. Utility cutting. This already feels really good with that little dip up there for your index finger to rest in. At first, I wasn't sure if it was more of a gimmicky thing or actually useful, and as soon as I start cutting, I realize it is useful. It feels very good. It feels really locked in. I feel, really in control of the tip. It's great. I actually really like it. You may not like it aesthetically. I actually happen to, but you may not. But let me tell you, functionally, it's there. It's got a purpose and it feels good. It's destroying this is a very good utility cutter. Very good. It reminds me of the Hedgehog a bit with almost like a straight razor-ish sort of tip. It's great. It's thin up there. It's going through this double-walled cardboard really well too. So, that's this knife's specialty. It's going to be that kind of cutting. Let's cut some leather. We're down to the fingies here on the glove. Couple saws to get through that. Not too bad. Not too great either. Definitely, sufficient. How about some very thick, big rubber tubing? Let's cut it straight up like a cucumber first. Pretty difficult, but I've seen worse. Now let's try piercing the tip in, going that way. That strategy. Not too bad. There we go. Onto the sisal rope. The sisal rope. The sisal rope. Okay, how's it gonna do? It's a couple cuts there where it was, I was leaving some strands that were not quite cut all the way through. But just a couple times, and then once I started putting a little more pressure into it, it stopped happening. Okay, what's next? We don't have zip ties, so we're going to cut up a piece of this fire hose. Pretty abrasive. This stuff's hard to cut through. It's like a nylon mesh on the outside and then a thick rubber on the inside. There we go. Now let's cut that piece into smaller pieces. The rubber was giving it a hard time. Did not want to go through the rubber very easily. It's tough stuff, man. I think it's a good test. It's not easy to cut through, and that's what we want. There we go. Didn't do amazing on that one. And then the strap, baby. This is a good blade shape for cut and strap. You're not going to slip out of your cut prematurely. So let's see how we do. Seems like we have enough edge to be able to possibly get all the way through. Not so good. Not even quite halfway through. I'm not sure. I have a feeling this is a sharpness issue. It would be interesting to try this after a nice fresh edge was on it. Because on paper, this should be cutting all the way through at first try, or at least much farther. So I think at this point we're getting pretty dull, but we'll find out for sure here in a minute when we go try to cut some paper. Definitely does not feel sticky sharp anymore. Surprisingly, well, we got a little snag right there. When you go slowly, you really see all the little, yeah. There's a little, probably a little roll somewhere up there. But, I wouldn't call this quite a pass on cutting paper, but it's, I don't know, it's actually better than I thought it would be. After seeing how little strap it cut through, I was expecting it to just not cut paper at all. So let's give it a little strop and see if we can bring back that edge. 14C seems to strap up well in most cases, so it should. I just got my mom to start using a strap with her kitchen knife. I'm so happy. Hopefully I'm not going to have to take it home and sharpen it for her as much anymore. So yeah, that definitely improved the sharpness. Seemed to have gotten rid of that little roll or whatever it was also. So cool. There you go. 14C does not have the best edge retention, but does strap back easily, so a little more upkeep. But that's, that's obviously going to be the case when you have, a really premium feeling knife with a titanium handles, inset liner lock, for, $125. Something's got to give, so it's going to be the blade steel in this case. If you want stainlessness, that's great too. 14C is very stainless, so you got that going for you. Overall, I was impressed at how actually slicey it was. Great utility cutter. And overall, for the price, I think this is really a banger. So that's it. Please like the video and subscribe if you aren't. Look down there. Make sure you are. I'll see you next time.